We all face moments in life where everything falls apart. A breakup that leaves you shattered, a job loss that makes you feel worthless, a betrayal that cuts so deep you question if you'll ever trust again, the death of someone you love, the diagnosis that punches the air out of your lungs, the dreams that crash at your feet after years of sacrifice. And the worst part? The world just keeps going. People are smiling, living, moving, while you're stuck, drowning in silence, alone with your pain. But you are not alone, and you are not broken. You are a warrior in the middle of the battle, and I promise you this: you have everything you need to rise. So, today we're going to talk about how you overcome a difficult situation, not in theory, but in real life. Not just how you survive it, but how you use it to rise higher than you've ever been. Listen to me carefully. The worst thing you can do in a hard situation is pretend you're okay when you're not. Telling yourself, "I'm fine," when your heart is breaking doesn't make you strong. It makes you numb. Real strength starts when you say, "This hurts like hell, and I don't know what to do." You can't heal what you won't feel. So cry, scream, sit in silence, write it out, pray, punch a pillow, talk to someone, feel it, because feeling it is how you face it. And what you face, you can overcome. Stop pretending you're okay for everyone else's comfort. You are not here to make life easy for others. You are here to fight for your own healing. Everyone asks, "Why is this happening to me?" It's a normal question, but the problem is, that question leads you nowhere. It traps you in circles, in blame, in pain. Why me? Keeps you stuck. The real breakthrough happens when you shift to a new question. What now? What do I do now? What can I learn now? What step can I take now? Even if it's small, because why me looks backward, but what now pulls you forward. You can't control what happened, but you can absolutely control what you do next. And that is where your power lives. When you're in a crisis, the world gets loud. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has advice. Everyone thinks they know what you should do, but your healing doesn't come from them. It comes from you. So cut the noise, log off, take a break. Stop letting social media or people who don't even know your heart dictate your next move. Go inward, go quiet. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Not, what do they expect of me? Not, how do I make this look good on the outside? But, what do I need to feel whole again? Listen to that whisper inside you. It knows. You don't need to have all the answers, just the courage to listen. Sometimes we think overcoming means big wins, a new job, a new life, a huge transformation. But that's not how real healing works. It's not glamorous. It's not always visible. Sometimes overcoming looks like getting out of bed when you wanted to stay under the covers, saying no to that toxic person, drinking water instead of alcohol tonight, telling yourself, "I'm proud of you," instead of "you're a failure." Those little choices, they build your comeback, brick by brick, step by step, tear by tear. Progress is still progress, even if it's invisible to everyone else. Honor it. Right now, it might feel like life is over, like the best parts are behind you, like the version of you that used to smile is gone. But that's just the pain talking. That's not the truth. The truth is, this is just one chapter in your story, and you are the author. Yes, the chapter hurts. Yes, it's messy, it's hard, it's heartbreaking, but it's not the end. You get to pick up the pen, you get to write a twist. You get to say, "This broke me, but it did not defeat me." Some of the most beautiful chapters come after the worst ones. So, don't close the book, turn the page. In tough times, you learn who's really for you. And let me tell you something powerful. Who you let into your life during a crisis can either pull you out or drag you deeper in. You need people who speak life, not fear. People who remind you who you are. People who say, "I don't care how broken you feel. I see your strength. You are allowed to cry, but I'm not letting you give up. You're not alone. I'm walking with you." If someone drains your energy, step back. If someone shames you for struggling, step away. You don't owe anyone access to your healing space. Surround yourself with fire, with love, with belief, with people who ignite your fight. When life knocks you down, it's easy to feel lost, but pain without purpose will crush you. Pain with purpose, it transforms you. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? Who can I help with this one day? How can I use this moment to become stronger, wiser, deeper? Some of the most powerful people in the world have walked through fire, and they didn't just survive, they used it. They let their scars speak. They let their story save others. They turned their breakdown into someone else's breakthrough. You can do the same. Your pain is not pointless. It is shaping a strength you haven't even met yet. You are not your failure. You are not your heartbreak. You are not your trauma. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to do with it. This situation, as hard as it is, doesn't get to define your worth. You do. So, stand up, even if your knees are shaking, even if your voice cracks, even if all you can do is whisper, "I'm still here." That whisper is a roar in disguise. Let's have a hard conversation, the kind that shakes you a little but sets you free. Because if you're going to overcome this situation, if you're going to rise, you need to understand this. You don't need to carry the blame to take back your power. What happened to you may not be your fault. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that abuse, that injustice, you didn't choose it. You didn't ask for it. You didn't deserve it. But if you stay in the place of blame, you stay in the place of pain. Read that again. Blame is a cage. It tells you that your healing is in someone else's hands. And if they never apologize, if they never change, if they never acknowledge the damage, you stay stuck, waiting, hurting, bleeding for closure that might never come. So here's the truth, and it's brutal, but it's liberating. You don't need their apology to start your healing. You don't need their validation to claim your worth. You don't need anyone else to make it right for you, to make yourself whole. You take ownership not because you're responsible for the damage, but because you're responsible for the restoration. You choose to be the one who breaks the cycle, the one who says, "This pain will not pass through me into someone else. It ends here, with me. I will be the one who heals." That is power. That is courage. That is what warriors do. You don't overcome by rewriting the past. You overcome by rewriting your response to it. You own your story. You own your scars. You own your next move. Because when you take back ownership, you take back your voice. And that voice will lead you out of the dark. There comes a moment in every storm, a moment where you stop waiting to be rescued, and you decide to rise. Not because it's easy, not because you're no longer afraid, not because everything is fixed, but because something deep inside you, the part that refuses to die, whispers, "I am not done yet." Let's be honest, fear will still be there. The doubts will still scream. Your knees might still be shaking. Your heart might still be bruised. But the power lies in the decision. I will rise anyway. Even if I have to crawl. Even if all I can do is breathe through the pain. Even if no one sees me fighting. Because healing is not loud. It's not a movie montage. It's not some perfect comeback moment with background music. It's messy. It's quiet. It's personal. It's raw. But here's the most important part. Every time you choose to rise, even with trembling hands, you're rewriting your identity. You're no longer the victim. You're no longer defined by what happened to you. You're no longer waiting for life to go back to normal. You are becoming something new, something stronger, something deeper. And let me tell you this, when you make that decision, the decision to rise, you awaken a version of you that's been waiting all along. The version of you who learns to walk again with grace, learns to speak again with truth, learns to live again with fire. The version of you who doesn't just survive storms, but builds a life on top of them. So, if you're standing at the edge, uncertain, broken, afraid, take one breath and say it out loud. I choose to rise. Say it again. I choose to rise. Say it until your bones believe it. Say it until your spirit stands up again. Say it until you walk like the warrior you are. Because the hardest step isn't the first one. It's the decision to take the first one. And once you do, there is no stopping you. If no one has told you this lately, I see you. I see how heavy it feels. I see how much you're carrying. I see how much you're fighting, even when it's silent. But I need you to know something deep in your bones. You are a warrior. Not because you've never fallen, but because every single time you've fallen, you chose to rise, and you will rise again. This situation, it is not your end. It is your awakening. Your strength is not found in avoiding pain. It's found in facing it, feeling it, and walking through it anyway. You're not alone, you're not weak, and you're not done. The comeback starts now, and this time, you're not just surviving, you're rising.